Tiger moved through the dense forest with a silent grace, every step brushing against the wet leaves as morning fog curled around ancient trees. The sun barely touched the ground through thick green canopies. Tiger felt the pulse of the wild in every breath, the air rich with the scent of moss and distant water, the sound of birds breaking the hush of dawn, each note echoing through the endless jungle like a whisper of life waiting to be discovered. Tiger followed the winding river, its surface silver and alive with ripples that told stories of fish swimming below. The cool breeze carried the smell of rain that had fallen far away in the mountains. Tiger's amber eyes scanned the banks where deer tracks marked the soft mud. The hunger inside Tiger grew, but so did an odd sense of wonder. Something beyond instinct. A calling deep in the forest that was stronger than the urge to hunt. The jungle thickened into a labyrinth of vines and fallen logs. Tiger's whiskers twitched at the rustle of distant creatures hidden in the shadows. Tiger moved forward slowly, blending with the colors of bark and soil, each muscle coiled with power yet guided by patience. Tiger paused by a giant banyan tree whose roots formed dark tunnels. The ground beneath hummed with unseen life. Tiger felt as if the forest itself was watching and waiting. Night came without warning. The sky turned indigo and the stars pierced through cracks in the canopy. Tiger's stripes glimmered faintly under the moonlight as fireflies danced like floating embers. The calls of owls mixed with the steady croak of frogs near distant ponds. Tiger heard the faint splash of a creature crossing the river but chose not to give chase. Instead, Tiger settled on a flat rock, listening to the heartbeat of the wilderness, a rhythm older than time. Tiger awoke to the golden light of dawn, a mist rising like smoke from the ground. The forest smelled fresh and alive as if washed clean. Tiger wandered deeper than ever before into territory unknown, a place where the trees grew taller and silence felt heavier. The sound of distant thunder rolled through the hills. Tiger sensed that something extraordinary was near. Not prey, not danger, but a secret the jungle kept hidden for generations. As Tiger walked along a narrow path lined with wild orchids, the ground suddenly trembled faintly. Birds burst from the branches in alarm. Tiger crouched low, every nerve alert. The wind shifted and brought the smell of something ancient. Something unlike any creature Tiger had known. There was no fear, only a powerful curiosity pulling Tiger forward. The forest whispered in rustling leaves as if urging Tiger to keep moving toward the unknown. The path ended at a clearing bathed in sunlight. In its center stood a stone carved with strange markings covered in moss. Tiger approached and sniffed the ancient surface. The air around shimmered with warmth though no fire burned. Tiger's tail flicked as a low growl rumbled not from the throat but from the ground itself. The jungle around fell utterly silent. Tiger circled the stone, sensing that this was a doorway to something far beyond the world of tooth and claw. The stone pulsed softly as if alive. Tiger placed a paw on the mossy surface and a sudden wind swept through the clearing. Leaves whirled in a spiral. Tiger's vision blurred and the forest around transformed. The colors deepened. The trees glowed faintly as if lit from within. Tiger now stood in a jungle untouched by time, where rivers of crystal water sparkled like liquid glass and creatures with silver eyes watched from the shadows without fear or malice. Tiger roamed this hidden world feeling both powerful and small. Every step revealed wonders. Giant butterflies glided across sunlit pools. Birds sang melodies no human ear had ever heard. Tiger felt no hunger, only awe. The forest led Tiger to a waterfall that roared like distant thunder. Behind its veil of mist lay a cave glowing softly. Tiger entered and the walls shone with drawings of tigers from ages long past. Stories etched in stone by hands or claws unknown, telling of guardianship rather than hunting. Tiger understood at last that the jungle was not only a home but a living spirit, and Tiger was its protector, not just a predator. Leaving the glowing cave, Tiger returned to the familiar forest. Yet everything felt different. The same trees now spoke with deeper voices. The same river shone brighter under the sun. Tiger walked with calm strength, no longer driven only by hunger but by a sacred bond with the wild. A silent promise to walk unseen yet forever watching over the land. Tiger moved through the forest with a new sense of purpose. Each leaf seemed to greet Tiger as the wind whispered softly through the tall grass. The jungle was alive yet calm. Tiger noticed animals that once fled now watched from a distance without fear, their eyes shining with recognition as if they knew Tiger was no longer only a hunter but a guardian. The river ran deeper now after heavy rains. Tiger swam across its strong current with effortless strength. Fish darted below while birds glided overhead. Tiger emerged on the far bank shaking water from the striped coat. Droplets glittered like gems under the morning sun. The forest here felt different, wilder, and older, filled with scents Tiger had never known. Tiger climbed a ridge overlooking endless valleys where mist rolled like waves of an unseen ocean. From this height Tiger saw paths carved by ancient animals long gone. The wind carried the call of distant creatures whose voices echoed through mountains. Tiger roared once and the sound thundered through the land. A message to all that Tiger now walked not for hunger but for balance. A sudden storm broke over the forest with lightning flashing like silver claws across the sky. Tiger took shelter beneath a fallen tree while rain poured down in roaring sheets. The scent of wet earth and thunder filled the air. Tiger felt the ground shake as old roots drank greedily from the rain. The storm was fierce but Tiger sensed no danger, only the power of the jungle showing its strength. When the storm passed the air was cool and the sky blazed with colors. Tiger followed the scent of blooming flowers that opened only after heavy rain. The path led to a glade filled with glowing fireflies that hovered like living lanterns. Tiger stepped carefully among them as if entering a sacred hall. Each light reflected in Tiger's golden eyes like 1,000 tiny suns. Tiger came upon a herd of elephants bathing in the river, their great bodies shimmering with water. Normally they would trumpet and guard their young, but this time they stood calmly. One old elephant raised its trunk and touched the air toward Tiger as if in greeting. Tiger bowed its head slightly. An unspoken truce passed between them. The forest felt united in that moment. The journey led Tiger to a canyon where the rocks glowed red in the setting sun. The cliffs told stories in layers of stone older than memory. Tiger descended carefully among loose stones and shifting ground. At the bottom lay a hidden spring that sparkled like glass. Tiger drank deeply, feeling strength flow through every muscle. The water tasted pure as though it had never touched the outside world. At night Tiger followed the stars through open grasslands where the moon painted long shadows. The air was filled with the smell of flowers and distant rains. Tiger felt something watching but not with hostile eyes. Instead there was a guiding presence. The same spirit Tiger had felt near the ancient stone. It whispered through the rustle of the tall grass telling Tiger to keep moving toward destiny. Tiger discovered a grove of trees unlike any other. Their bark shimmered faintly and their leaves sang softly in the wind. At the center of the grove lay an ancient claw mark carved into stone larger than any living animal. Tiger placed a paw beside it and felt the echo of countless generations. The knowledge of the forest flowed like a river through Tiger, filling heart and soul with unshakable courage. As dawn broke, Tiger stood on a high cliff looking over endless wilderness. The rising sun bathed the world in gold. Tiger roared again, not as a threat but as a song to the earth and sky. The forest answered with a chorus of life. From birds to rivers to rustling leaves, Tiger had become more than a creature of instinct. Tiger had become the beating heart of the wild itself, a living legend walking silently through the untamed world. Tiger crossed into a valley where the grass reached higher than the shoulders. Every step created a ripple like waves on a green ocean. Hidden insects hummed while distant birds circled high above. Tiger's ears caught every faint sound and every shifting movement. The valley smelled of wild honey and fresh rain. Tiger felt this place was untouched by any creature for many seasons. Yet the air carried an ancient memory as if the land knew Tiger's footsteps before they were even made. Following a winding stream, Tiger found a hollow log where fireflies rested during the day. Inside the log was a carving deep and smooth, not made by human hands. Tiger's paw traced the mark and felt a strange vibration like the earth's heartbeat. Tiger crouched low and listened as the forest around fell silent. The wind stopped. Even the stream's gurgle softened. Tiger sensed that this quiet was not emptiness but respect. The jungle itself was bowing to Tiger. As Tiger moved forward through tall bamboo groves, the rustling leaves sounded like distant whispers. The light here fell in broken green shards dancing on the ground. Tiger's tail swayed slowly while eyes scanned the shifting patterns. The air was thick with the scent of flowers blooming unseen high in the canopy. Tiger paused to drink from a shallow pool, reflecting the sky, but the reflection was not only Tiger's. It seemed to show stripes far older and deeper, spirits of tigers long past watching through time. Night came heavy and warm. The forest glowed under the moon as if every leaf held silver. Tiger walked without fear, guided by the scent of distant fruit and the sound of hidden waterfalls. A pair of glowing eyes appeared between trees, but instead of fleeing they stood calmly as a young deer stepped out into the moonlight. Tiger watched without hunger as the deer lowered its head in stillness. The two creatures shared a moment beyond predator and prey, a bond of wild understanding. At dawn, Tiger reached the edge of a great swamp alive with croaking frogs and buzzing dragonflies. Tiger stepped carefully through the soft ground as unseen creatures rippled just below the surface. A giant heron rose into the air, scattering droplets of gold as sunlight struck its wings. Tiger followed the call of unseen birds deeper until the swamp opened into a lake as clear as glass. Tiger drank from its surface and felt the strength of living water coursing through every vein. Tiger climbed through tangled roots into a high plateau where ancient rocks stood in circles like guardians. The wind was sharp here, carrying the scent of pine and stone. Tiger walked between the rocks and heard the distant echoes of roars not made today. The voices of ancestors seemed to fill the air. Tiger's claws scratched gently against the stone and sparks of light leapt as if fire lived within the earth. Tiger felt a deep pride rising, knowing that this land recognized the stripes of a protector. Far beyond the plateau, Tiger found a grove of giant trees whose trunks were wider than any river. Their branches touched clouds and their roots formed caverns where water trickled like silver threads. Tiger lay in the cool shade, feeling the ground vibrate softly like a sleeping heartbeat. The forest spoke without words, promising that as long as Tiger walked these lands, the balance of life would hold. Predators would hunt but not destroy. Prey would run but not vanish. Everything breathing in harmony. As evening painted the horizon orange and violet, Tiger crossed a dry riverbed lined with smooth stones polished by centuries of vanished water. The ground here cracked and whispered of change. Tiger sniffed the air and smelled dust and old memories. Far away, a single tree stood alone, its branches filled with nests of small birds chirping loudly as the sky darkened. Tiger climbed to its base and rested while the stars ignited one by one like scattered embers across the heavens. Tiger awoke to distant thunder, not of storms but of hooves pounding the earth. A herd of wild buffalo rushed through the far grasslands, stirring clouds of dust. Tiger watched without pursuit, muscles steady and calm. The power of the herd was a reminder that strength could live in numbers as well as in solitude. Tiger walked along their trail, leaving no thread behind, only a quiet respect for the untamed life sharing this world. Reaching a mountain path, Tiger gazed over forests stretching farther than the horizon. Clouds curled around peaks like silent guardians. Tiger roared once more, sending a voice rolling across valleys and rivers. Not as a challenge but as a promise. The jungle answered in 1,000 voices. From the smallest insect to the tallest tree, Tiger had become part of the forest's very soul, walking on not for prey or power but to keep the wild alive for every beating heart under the endless sky. Tiger moved along a narrow ridge where clouds floated below like rivers of mist. The wind here was cold and sharp, yet carried a scent of distant flowers blooming unseen on the slopes. Tiger's paws gripped the rocky trail as eagles circled high above, calling into the vast blue. The silence was deep and holy, as if the sky itself bowed to the stripes moving across the mountain. Descending into a hidden valley, Tiger found trees heavy with golden fruit glowing softly under the afternoon sun. No other creature had touched them. The ground was smooth and unmarked. Tiger sniffed the air and felt an ancient calm settle across the heart, as if this place had been waiting for Tiger alone. The fruit carried no hunger in its smell, only the promise of peace. Crossing a meadow filled with tall wild flowers, Tiger brushed through petals that released clouds of bright scent into the breeze. Butterflies swirled like living jewels around the stripes. The earth felt soft as velvet under Tiger's weight. Here the sky opened wide with no canopy to shield it, and the sun poured down in golden sheets, turning every whisker into threads of light. Tiger felt endless freedom. As night approached, Tiger came upon an abandoned river temple built from crumbling stone covered in vines. The steps were cool under Tiger's paws, and the walls told stories in carved pictures of beasts and stars. Tiger lay inside the silent hall where moonlight cut through cracks in the roof, forming silver paths on the ground. The jungle outside hummed with quiet respect, as if guarding this sacred place. Tiger awoke to the gentle call of mourning doves echoing through the old stone. The temple smelled of rain, though no rain had fallen. Tiger stepped outside and found fresh tracks of animals gathering nearby: deer, monkeys, and even wild boars. None fled as Tiger passed among them. They moved aside slowly, as if making way for a wandering king whose crown was made not of gold but of shadow and stripes. South Tiger entered a forest so dense that sunlight barely touched the ground. Glowing fungi lit the path faintly while the air shimmered with hidden life. Tiger's eyes adjusted to the dim light, catching every flicker of movement. Here even the smallest beetle carried an air of mystery. Every root and stone seemed alive. Tiger's breath mixed with the breath of the jungle until the two were one. Beyond the dark forest lay rolling hills where grass swayed like waves in a silent ocean. Tiger ran freely, feeling muscles coil and stretch with perfect rhythm. No chase, no prey, only the joy of speed under the endless sky. The wind roared in the ears like music of freedom. Birds scattered overhead, yet not from fear but in playful flight, joining Tiger in the dance of the wild. Sunset. Tiger came to a crystal lake surrounded by cliffs glowing orange and red in the dying light. The reflection of Tiger in the water rippled gently with each breath, yet the reflection seemed to look back with older, wiser eyes. Tiger drank slowly, feeling cool strength flood every vein. Frogs called softly along the shore while the first stars appeared high above like distant fires watching in silence. In the quiet of night, Tiger heard the distant cry of a lone wolf echoing through the hills. Instead of rivalry, the sound brought comfort, as if the wilderness was speaking in many voices. Tiger answered with a low rolling roar that traveled across valleys and rivers. A call not of threat but of kinship. Somewhere far away the wolf howled again, and together they sang to the moon in a chorus of wild guardianship. Tiger stood once more upon a high peak where every forest, river, and hill lay stretched beneath like a living map. The sky burned gold and crimson as birds rose in swirling flocks. Tiger roared long and deep, sending a promise into the waking world. A vow that the stripes would never fade, that the jungle would always have a heart to protect it. Tiger turned and vanished into the trees, walking silently yet carrying the thunder of the wild in every step.